Good evening, old school Texas Tech. I hope everyone is doing well wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is. It is about 6 o'clock here in Ecuador, Southern Sierra. Looking forward to the game tomorrow night at Stillwater. And I know there's going to be a lot going on in the United States with Super Tuesday. So it'll be interesting to see. If anybody watches that game, I think that's going to be a game that's mainly important to Texas Tech fans and just Big 12 fans in general, just to kind of see how everything shakes out with the final standings. But I definitely think it's an important game for us. But before we get to that, the comeback in Morgantown, extremely impressive. Also don't think we've talked since Texas did to us what they did, a few days ago. Terrible scene that played out at home. I thought the kid from Texas, that was a really ill-advised foul, but also no excuse for throwing stuff on the floor. I'm for as much craziness as possible without any kind of threats and without throwing anything on the floor. So I thought just a few. I'm sure it was not that many. A few of our fans crossed the line. I thought also that penalty by the Texas player was really ill advised. That was a really bad decision on his part. I don't know that I've ever seen anything quite like that. Where definitely the environment when Beard came back a couple years ago was crazier, but where the Texas bench had to clear out and go to the center of the court, that's I think that's a step too far, but that's just my personal opinion. I love the craziness of that arena in Lubbock. It's become pretty magical place for us as Tech fans. But I think there is a line, and I think wherever that line is, we crossed it the other night, and it was a difficult loss, not a good loss at all. But that's going to happen in this conference. This conference is loaded. Comeback extremely impressive in Morgantown to be down 16 to come back all the way, win that game on the road. They've been doing better of late. I don't know that much about the program. I know they've got the interim head coach, and they've got the old athletic director that worked with McCaslin from Denton, my hometown. They both worked together at the University of North Texas. So I'm sure it was a big win for Coach McCaslin. Just think about this program and how far it's come. I remember last year on the group when everything was going down, and everybody was waiting for the tournament to end, the tournament that North Texas was competing in to come to an end. I believe it was the NIT, and we were all waiting for that, and there was a fair amount of negativity. I don't know how many people come out and admit it now. He was, I don't believe he was my top choice at the time, but I definitely wasn't like, adamantly against him or anything. And McCaslin's done a fantastic job with this program this season to make the NCAA tournament, which it looks like we have. It seems to be the consensus around the country. If you listen to all the talking heads, this seems to be more of a debate about seeding. Although I will say I am always a little concerned. I would hate to drop the last two. I'd like to get a win in Stillwater and then see what we can do with Baylor at home. You never know in Lubbock what could happen. But I think I definitely think we're pretty much in or are very close to it. All right. Also, another thing that would be great about an Oklahoma State win would be that'd be two wins on the road. So that would also look good, with the committee. Also should give a shout out to Joe Toussaint to go back. I believe I'm pronouncing his last name close to correctly. Hopefully I am. What a big night for him at his old school. Although I know he didn't play there for too long. Definitely concerned about the Lady Raiders. 9 losses in a row. They did have the one moral victory against Texas down in Austin. They're going to play on Thursday, March the 7th. It's the first game. It's like early. I think it's like a 5:30 tip, something like that. 4:30, 5:30, depending on the time zone. Against Houston, I'll be interested to see if they can do anything in that game, and interested to kind of get a state of the union from Coach Gerlich. I think she is the right person for the job, despite what all has transpired this season. Very disappointing season. I'm sure she's more disappointed than anyone. But I would kind of like to get a state of the union from her. Everything that I've heard, with different tech commentators is that everything's fine, the program's fine. There's obviously been some injuries, and it's a young team, so. But I would like to hear kind of her state of the union, which I'm sure we'll get whenever Tech is eliminated from the women's tournament. I hope they can at least get one victory in there against Houston. I think the second game's against Baylor. That's going to be an uphill climb for sure. Anyway, it's all getting very exciting. Love to see the Tech men get up to a 6 seed. I think that would give us a realistic chance for the Sweet 16. But it looks like, from all accounts, it looks like that we're pretty much in the NCAA tournament, and that is quite an accomplishment from where we were a year ago, and a pretty ugly situation. So you got to give Coach McCasland all the credit in the world, along with the team and the players and the fans. It's been a surprisingly good season, in my opinion. Anyway, hope everyone has a good evening, and I will talk to you guys soon. All the best.